everybody, it's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I'm so glad you could join me today for today's flashcard. Now, today I decided to do something just a little bit different. I created a window out of my card today. We're going to be doing an I'm Praying For You card. You know, it's just one of those cards that kind of covers everything, whether it's sympathy or illness, or maybe just somebody going through a hard time, job loss, you know. It's just one of those things that we do. We can just say that I'm praying for you. I love the inside of our card. We've got a little touch of saffron with a little softness from the Scallop Trim Border. And we'll be using the Backyard Basics stamp set today. So let's go ahead and get started with our card. We're going to begin as we always do with our flashcard pieces. Now today I'm going to be using Saffron and Very Vanilla as my flashcard pieces. Now if you've not seen the video on flashcards where I explain how easy it is to just cut these pieces and always have them on hand anytime you need a card, you can find that by doing a quick search on YouTube for Connie Stewart flashcards. You'll find the video there. Trust me, you want to see it because there's so many different things we can do with 2 little pieces of cardstock. Now my card base today is 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Now we're going to go ahead and start with that soft sky piece of cardstock, and I am going to have you do one thing. I'm going to have you cut one end of that off, and it's just 1/4 inch. If you'll cut 1/4 inch off of that, and the reason why is we want this to be just a little bit shorter before we go in and do our punching. So if you'll go ahead and cut off that 1/4 inch. I'm now going to come in with my Chalk Talk Framelits, and I'm going to be using this one here. I thought it worked really well. And so what we're going to do is we're going to open that card up. I'm going to put my Chalk Talk Framelit down here in the bottom left-hand corner. We're going to run that through the Big Shot and save that piece. All right, so I have cut that out, and while I was over at my Big Shot, I went ahead and used my Mosaic embossing folder, and you can see I ran that embossing folder through so I would just get a really nice embossed image. Go ahead and get that a little fold with my bone folder so it's really nice. Now I'm going to come in with my Scallop Trim Border punch. Now if you have not used this one, let me give you a little tip. You can see, I'm going to zoom in here, you can see there are a couple little tick marks inside my punch. That's a great place to start and a great place to line up the edge of your cardstock. So you can see I'm right there on the edge. We're going to give that a punch. You can see here, this is where, you know, I need to punch next. So let's make sure that gets tucked down inside the punch. You can see there's some great images right here on the edge of the punch itself. You're going to line up the pictures. Very simple. I hope I didn't get my hair in the shot there, but I got to kind of be over it. Make sure that's good and flat up against the edge. We'll punch again, and we can do that one more time. And there we go. And now you see you have a really nice little bordered edge on your card base. So we've got that done. Let's set this aside. We're now going to get to work on our flashcard pieces. So let's go ahead and start with our Saffron. We're going to do that same border punch on this piece, and you're going to actually do this on both sides. We're going to bring in our Stampin Trimmer, and we're going to trim this down. And if you'll take it over so that you're cutting off, I'm going over to the 3/4 inch mark, so I get about a wide border like that. You don't have to get exact on this, but about 3/4 inch seems to be about right. I'm going to add one of your Saffron strips to the top and down here at the bottom. We've got that done. Now let's go ahead and work on our Very Vanilla cardstock. We're going to come in with a stamp set. This is the Backyard Basics stamp set, and we're going to be using the bundle. So that means we're going to be using the stamp set and the matching framelits. I'm going to bring in my Baked Brown Sugar ink pad and this great big flower from Backyard Basics. We're going to stamp that in the Baked Brown Sugar. Remember this little piece that we punched out and I said hang on to it? We're going to stamp the butterfly from that stamp set right in there. And now I'm going to teach you some really simple coloring. So on the butterfly, I've got the Soft Sky marker. And I'm just going to come in here and this little shaded part from the Baked Brown Sugar. Now with this one here, I'm going to be using 4 markers. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the Saffron marker. And I'm going to use the wide tip. I'm just going to do this one flower for you. But what we're going to do is color all of that in. You notice when I'm using my markers, I like to tell people to use it more like a paintbrush. You don't want to scribble and mush down the tip. You just want to paint that color on. They really are fabulous markers when you learn how to use them really nicely. Now I'm going to come in with a darker color, and this is the Crushed Curry. And what I'm going to do is kind of like my little faux watercolor. In this stamp set in particular, there are some great little veins kind of drawn into the flower itself. And you notice I'm just kind of giving those a highlight. And I'll get a few of these here. And you notice it gives it a really nice kind of watercolor look. Now we're going to do the same thing with the leaves and the stem. So let me just get a couple leaves and kind of show you. I'm going to come in with Pear Pizzazz and come right over it with the Wild Wasabi. See? All right, so we've got that cut with the matching framelits, and oh, they sure do make my life easy, because there's no way I would fussy cut that. There is no way. So, okay, we've got those pieces done. Let's go ahead and bring our card in, and before I adhere these down, I do want to stamp my sentiment. I'm going to use a stamp set called Blessings from Heaven, and I've got the I'm Praying For You, and we're just going to stamp that right there in the, oh, very crooked. I am so sorry. That's what I get. I was trying to do it at an odd angle, so forgive me for that one. But we're going to go ahead and move on, so I'll fix it later. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this. See, you do know we all do make mistakes when we're paper crafting, but you know what? It'll just be a simple little cover-up. I will have that fixed in no time. Oh, I hate it when I do that on camera. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, before I do anything, I'm just going to lay my framelit here onto my card. And what I find best is to flip it open, and I can kind of see what area I do not want adhesive. So basically I could see from the stem, all of this, I want some adhesive. So we can just put some snail here. We're going to avoid that area. And so I'm going to lay that back down. Before I press it, I can kind of see my adhesive hanging off there. No problem. I can just do some adjusting. Again, don't press anything down till you know you are good and set, and I am. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a press. Now let's come in with that butterfly, and I'm going to fill in this little area right here. Same thing. I can kind of flip it open and just see, basically it's about half of that butterfly. So let's just get some here on her wings, and we should be good. Now I wanted to tell you a little trick. Should you open it up and go, oh no, I have adhesive hanging off there, no problem. You can actually come in with the Adhesive Remover. This thing is great. It's kind of, oh, I don't even want to call it sticky, but it actually pulls sticky off, and it pulls it off nice and clean. Because let's face it, there are times that we have adhesive that doesn't go where we want it to go. So this little tool is a really great one to have in your stamping supplies. So we've got all that done. I'm going to bring in my nice one where I stamp straight. You can see I've got my border punched in there. I've got my beautiful flowers and butterflies with my nice little watercolor look. What do you think? I really thought it came out to be a very nice, soft, beautiful card, perfect for, as I said, sympathy, get well, or just letting someone know you're there for them. Well, guys, thanks so much for checking out the video today. I hope you liked that one, and I hope you've been enjoying the flashcard series. Now, remember, you can always order the flashcard kits to go if you're really into the idea of making flashcards, but not into the idea of cutting them. And that's not a problem. You can order kits that have been all prepared and ready for you. Everything will be cut and scored, and you're going to have envelopes. You're going to have everything you need. All your flashcard and flashcard 2.0 pieces are there for you. All you need is your stamps, your ink, and your creativity, and you're going to be good to go. You can also order any of the supplies I used on my card today at simplysimplestamping.com. I have an online order button to make it super duper easy for you, so be sure to go check out Simply Simple Stamping for all of your Stampin' Up! Needs. Guys, thanks again so much for tuning in today, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Can't wait to stamp with you next time. Bye-bye.